Most of us wouldn't dream of deliberately making our pets suffer. But every year, the Scottish SPCA saves thousands of animals from harm and danger. In Animal 999, the charity is opening its doors to reveal how they rescue Scotland's abused, abandoned and injured animals. Coming up, there are cats in this flat, but what condition will they be in?
This one looks really scared.
And Steph Grant gets her hooks into a swan in Linlithgow. A chaotic flat near Glasgow city centre. The person who lived here appears to have cleared off, leaving behind the debris and rubbish of their lives. Trouble is, Inspector Stacy Irwin's been told they've abandoned some cats here as well.
There's a really strong smell of urine and faeces. Obviously quite a lot on the floorboards. Right through the house.
Whoever owned the cats has at least left out some food and water. And judging by the number of bowls, there could be up to 5 animals in the property. It's not long before Stacy discovers cat number 1.
She looks like bright and alert. She's very overweight. Very, very overweight. We'll just get her in this basket. Good girl, good girl. Oh, get your tail in, that's you. Good girl.
And a second feline is close by too.
This one looks really scared. See, hello, darling. Another tortie, another female. Hello. So we've managed to secure 2 females in baskets. We're told there's only 2 cats in the property, but when we arrived, there was a possibility there could be 5. So I'll take these 2 cats down, pick up some more baskets from the van, then come back up, and then hopefully maybe the other cat will have came back out by that point.
And we'll rejoin Stacy when she returns to continue her hunt for the other moggies.
Very good. Very good, grandfather.
It's that age-old problem with swans. A fishing hook gets caught in its mouth, or line gets tangled around their bodies, and the swan has to be rescued and taken into rehab. So, people regularly call out the Scottish SPCA when they see what they think is a swan in distress.
We have come down to Linlithgow Loch. We have had a report in that one of the swans has fishing wire wrapped around its body. It's quite common for us to come out to Linlithgow for fishing hook or fishing tackle injuries. So we're certainly taking this call very seriously. We're actually in luck because the swans are at the side of the loch, whereas sometimes when we get out here, they're on the other side, the side that we can't access. So if it is here and if it's still got the fishing hook, we will be able to calm down. And that is one of the false alarms that we get when reeds sometimes look like wire. It's quite common for us to get jobs like that. So he's fine, he was just chewing away. And because we've just done that, we've drawn the attention of the other swans. So we're going to be in luck. If this one's still here covered in, or with the wire wrapped around it, we will find it. But yeah, that's very typical of a false job when people assume that the reeds hanging out of the mouth are fishing wire. So yeah, that was a bit unannounced there. See if we can get the one that we're looking for.
Steph's hunt for the injured swan goes on. Animal rescue officers get called out to all sorts of different locations to help injured creatures. Bob Ward's been told a young gull has been spotted in the graveyard next to the ruins of St Andrew's Cathedral in Fife. The adult gulls, circling overhead, sound distressed, so that's a definite sign one of their offspring is below and in trouble. It doesn't take long for the youngster to show itself. Bob spots it and prepares to move in to catch it with his net.
I found my culprit. I found the gull. The ladies across there, they said that they'd seen him up there and he was working his way back down here, so I don't like walking on graves normally, but I'm going to try and get him into the corner. Easiest way to get him. Especially when Mum and Dad are about. Oh, his wings completely bust up. Absolutely a mess. In fact, to be honest, it looks like it's twisted back on itself and is lying across his back, to be honest. Come on then, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I don't even know if you can see, to be honest. Come here, Toots. Come on, Toots. I can see. But I don't know why he wasn't making much effort to get away from the actual net itself, you see.
It's really bad news for the fledgling.
No question, you have to put to sleep, I'm afraid, just because, well, that wing is completely gone. I mean, the bit that's actually broken is broken away, and then the other bit further up the wing is actually broken as well, so he's broken in all different places.
The noise coming from the skies suggests these gulls know something is going on. Bob runs the risk of getting attacked if he tries to put the youngster to sleep here, and a graveyard certainly isn't the most appropriate place to do it.
I do apologise, I'm sorry. A couple of days will take him down, I think, and then get him dealt with.
Sadly, this fledgling never made it to adulthood. Back in Glasgow, an Inspector Stacy Irwin has managed to locate 2 cats abandoned in this messy flat. But the food and water left out suggests there are more animals to be found. Cat number 3 hasn't picked the best hiding place.
Hello. Hi. There we go. That was slightly easier than expected, which is better for the cat as well, it's less stressful.
Although this room is slightly tidier than the rest of the flat, there's still evidence these cats haven't been cared for properly. There's urine all over the floor and cat poo in the corner of the room. But that's nothing compared to what Stacy discovers in the cupboard off the hall.
Right, you might want to have a look at this litter tray. It's really, really bad. It's possibly one of the worst ones I've seen. That's absolutely horrendous. That's completely unsuitable. That should be cleaned out on a daily basis. I don't know how long that could have been there for. Even with 3 or more cats, that's weeks and weeks, if not months worth of faeces in there. That's completely unacceptable. Yeah, that's just shocking, absolutely shocking. The cats have had no option but to use that litter tray, and they've obviously decided that it's so bad that they're now using the floor, which is really uncharacteristic behaviour. Cats will only do that if they are distressed. It is quite upsetting. It's obviously, it's not a very good living environment for humans either.
Stacey's got 3 cats in the bag now, but she reckons there's at least 1 more.
People just might put out as many bowls as they have, so they could possibly have had 4 cats and acquired another cat, and that's why there's like a kind of normal kind of food bowl out. So it's almost impossible to tell really from that. But yeah, it would suggest that there's certainly more than just the 3 cats here.
The trouble with cats is they can hide in the hardest to reach places.
Sometimes they go underneath and in the cupboards. I've had that before.
They can even get behind skirting boards.
You know, my feet are slipping about, trying to move things. It's a bit of a mystery.
Still to come, what has Connie O'Neill discovered?
I can't see anything. Oh yes.
And Inspector Stacy finds a clue about her abandoned animals.
There seems to be some sort of live food here, some hoppers.
In Glasgow, Inspector Stacy Irwin is looking for cats in the muddle of this flat.
I just don't want to touch everything because it's so lanky.
They're experts at hiding from strangers, but so far she's found 3.
Hi.
And now, a 4th.
There's a cat on this couch. Yep, there we go. Quite often find cats sort of hiding in underneath couches, going in behind the lining and things. It's quite a common place for them to hide. So, yeah, just the experience sort of teaches you to sort of delve a bit deeper, really. So, we've had one come out. I think that's all that was in that couch.
The cat has bolted, but just before Stacy tries to find it again, something else catches her eye.
There seems to be some sort of live food here, some hoppers. Makes me suggest there's something in this, Viv. Oh, yep. Got some sort of wee gecko in there, quite a big gecko. Quite concerned though, because there's no heat. There's a bulb here obviously, but there's no heat or light being going into the Viv, which they need. With some sort of water. I don't know how fresh that is, not very much.
Stacy will need to put the gecko in a separate container.
We'll just pop him in and let him hide in this if he wants to. And then we'll try and get him some heat and light as soon as possible and get a vet to have a wee look at him.
With possibly 2 more cats in the property, Stacy can't leave until she's found them, or put out humane traps to catch them.
Just to make sure. Cats quite like hiding where there's clothes and things, so... Do you know what, I think there's actually a bottle of urine there. No, that one seemed to be more secure, as if they've not managed to get into that one.
Just as Stacy was about to set the traps, the owner of the flat made an appearance and managed to locate 2 more moggies.
Unexpectedly, the owner turned up to the property, so he could tell me exactly where the 2 cats were that we thought that were hiding. So it saved us having to put a cat trap down and return to the property. And it was obviously much less stressful for the cats as well. So really happy with that actually.
The owner was given an animal welfare notice and advised not to take on any more animals until their circumstances had changed. So, it's a job well done. And the cats and gecko will all be accommodated at the Society's Rescue Centre at Cardonald until they are rehomed. Animal Rescue Officer Steph Grant is at Linlithgow Loch, on the lookout for a swan that's been reported as having fishing line wrapped around its body. It's a common problem when anglers don't clear up behind them and just leave hooks and line in the water. Steph thought she'd grabbed the swan earlier, but it turned out to be pondweed rather than fishing line.
And that is one of the false alarms that we get when reeds sometimes look like wire.
But the tackle can cause serious injuries to a swan, so she needs to find the bird as quickly as she can. And this is another likely looking candidate. Has Steph got the right swan this time?
And believe it or not, that was another false. That wasn't hook, that was some reeds. Calm down. And now you can fully understand that. Calm down. Right, in you go, buddy. So far, we've had 2 false scares from just reeds and not hook. All we can do now is continue to look, and obviously if we don't come across this wee one, is every time we're in the area popping back down to the loch and trying to find it ourselves. The good thing about this loch is it does have rangers, and they're also very good at letting us know if they're concerned about one of the swans in the water. So it definitely won't go unnoticed if there is one here.
There are dozens of swans out on the water, and Steph can't spend all day looking for the bird. But hooks and line can inflict dreadful injuries, so she'll take a little more time to make sure the call has been a false alarm. Hedgehogs are one of the most iconic species seen in the British countryside and gardens. In the 1950s, there were around 36 million of them. But that figure's dropped alarmingly, and ecologists reckon the current UK population is now only about 1 million. It's mainly down to loss of habitat due to housing developments and new roads. And an increase of vehicles on those roads means more and more hedgehogs are ending up as roadkill. So, when the Scottish SPCA are called out to a job involving hedgehogs, they're always very careful. Animal Rescue Officer Connie O'Neill's in Livingston, where a family of hogs has been discovered.
Hiya.
The baby hedgehogs are behind some bins just outside the front door.
It was the driver from the transport that picks me up, and he says to me, he says, I'm just looking at your wee hedgehogs. And I haven't got hedgehogs. And he says, see, he says, they're down there.
I can't see anything. Oh yes. Mum's here. Now, if she's got young just now and we disturb her, she'll kill them. So I don't want to interfere.
Just the thought of cats or dogs coming in and pulling them out.
We can't move anything because cats are here. Because we'd be moving everything if we'd done that. This is a normal kind of place. Not here. It's usually in a garden, but with the leaves and everything like that, it's lots of cover. It's quite away from everywhere. She's picked quite a good wee spot to have her babies.
Mother hedgehogs suckle their young, and after about 4 weeks, she'll take them out on their first foraging trip. Around 10 days later, the family will split up. It's really important Connie lets nature take its course and doesn't disturb the nest.
We've got the adult female who's got little babies underneath. I don't know how many, but I did hear it's like a low-level tweeting, like a bird tweet. A cat can still get in there, but it doesn't really matter to her. The babies are underneath her. They're not going to get through the spines. She's pretty well protecting herself, and she'll stay there for most of the day to feed them, and then she'll come out at night and leave them. That's why you've seen the babies at night, because she leaves them at night so she can go and feed herself.
All Connie could do was cover up the family with leaves and remove the crisp packets before putting the bins back into position. When she came back a couple of weeks later, the family had gone, hopefully to other gardens in the area.
Okay, thank you.
Back in Linlithgow, and Steph Grant is having one final look at the swans on the loch to see if she can find the bird reported to have fishing line wrapped around it. So far, she's hooked 2 out of the water. But it proved to be pond reeds, not wire. All of the birds seem to be okay, except perhaps one.
Just to finish things off, another full song. We've got, the reeds have obviously come off since, there we go. I'm 100% convinced now that all 3 that we've picked up, more than likely one of them has been the original job that's come in. So I'm very happy with that. Very happy that none of them actually have been wire as well. So they're all healthy, and now just a little bit annoyed that I'm here.
It's taken 3 months, but at last the cats removed from a flat in Glasgow have been rehomed. But it seems old habits die hard. The white cat, now called Kimmy, is still partial to hiding under the settee. And Mika, the black and white, is a bit scared as well. Progress is slow, but new owner James reckons it will all be worth it.
They seem to have settled in nicely. There's definitely work to be done, especially with Mika, who's still a wee bit timid, especially around me, but she's getting there, definitely.
It shouldn't be too long before the cats have rediscovered their characters.
You can't deny how beautiful they are as cats. They're absolutely gorgeous cats. The amount of personality you see from them, the different temperaments they have, different attitudes they have, you know, they're just absolutely fantastic. They're friends. So we just want to give them a happy home and see how they get on with each other and with us.